Hello guys, my name is Prince and this is Math Center. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos. Post your comments and questions on my social media handles and I'll respond to it. The topic we are treating today is algebraic expressions, and this is the fifth video on the topic. In the previous video, we learned how to expand and remove brackets in the algebraic expressions. In this video, we are going to learn how to multiply two binomials. So, multiplication of two binomials. What is a binomial? A binomial is an expression of two terms. So, example, x plus 2, x plus 1. So, we can see from this example here that in the first bracket, we have x plus 1. We know that x is a term and 2 is also a term. So we have two terms. Then in this example, we have x plus 1. So x is a term and 1 is also a term. So here we have two terms. So an expression of two terms. So in this case, x plus 2, or in this case, x plus 1. These expressions are called binomials. So x plus 2 is a binomial and x plus 1 is a binomial. An expression of two terms. Now, to multiply two binomials, we use the distributive property, just as we did in expanding or removing of brackets. We use the distributive property in expanding two binomials. Each term in one bracket multiplies each term in the other bracket. Now, what does it mean? What it means is that when you come in, we have two terms here. So we use the first term to multiply what is in the second term. We use the first term in the first bracket to multiply everything in the second term. Then use the second term in the first bracket to multiply everything in the second bracket. So use the first term, in this case x, to multiply everything in the second bracket. Then use the second term here, in this case 2, to multiply everything in the second bracket. We are going to take examples to see how to do that. So expand and simplify the following. We are going to do 1 up to 5. So let's begin with the first one. The first one says that we have x plus 2 into one bracket, then x plus 4 into another bracket. So in this case, we have x plus 2 here multiplying x plus 4. Now, in order to expand this is what you do. You use the distributive property. So we take x and we distribute it over s plus 4. Then we take 2 and we distribute it over s plus 4. So this is how it's going to be like. Use what is in the first bracket, the first term, which is x, and multiply it by the second bracket, which is s plus 4. Then take what is in the second bracket, in this case s plus 2, and multiply it by what is in the second bracket, in this case s plus 4. So you can see from here that this is an example of what we did in the previous video. So from here, you go ahead, open the brackets, and you simplify. So if you are opening this bracket, we know that the first one is we are going to have s times s in one bracket, then plus x times 4 in another bracket, plus 2 times x in one bracket, plus 2 times 4 in another bracket. We've seen from multiplication of algebraic expressions that x times x is going to give us x squared. X times 4 is going to give us 4x. 2 times x is going to give us 2x. And 2 times 4 is going to give us 8. So we add like terms. We can see from here that the only like terms here are 4x and 2x. So we add them. So we have x squared plus 4x plus 2x is going to give us 6x, then plus 8. If you want to understand how 4x plus 2x is giving us 6, watch the second video on additions and subtractions of algebraic expressions. Now move on to the next example. We have 2x plus y in one bracket, then 2x minus y in another bracket. So just as we did in this case, we take what is in the first bracket, the first term here, we distribute it over everything here. Then we take the second term and distribute it over everything here. So the first term is 2x. So 2x times everything in the second bracket, which is 2x minus y. We take the second term plus y times everything in the second bracket, which is 2x minus y. So we are multiplying. We are going to have 2x times 2x in one bracket, then plus, once again I said after you've closed the bracket here, the next sign must be a positive sign. So plus, use what is outside the bracket here to multiply what is inside the bracket. So 2x times, the term here is minus y, so you're going to get 2x times minus y, then plus y times 2x, so y times 2x. So this must not be there. Okay, so y times 2x, so y is going to multiply 2x. Then we move on, we are going to get y plus y times minus y, so plus y times minus y, as we have here. Then let's continue. We know that 2x times 2x is going to give us 4x squared. Once again, if you watch the video on multiplications of algebraic expressions, you understand why 2x times 2x is going to give us 4x squared. Then move on to the next bracket. The next bracket is going to give us 2x times minus y. We know that that's going to give us minus 2xy. Then the next one, we have y times 2x, and we know that that's going to give us plus 2x. Then y times minus y is going to give us minus y squared. So we can see from here that we have minus 2x and we have plus 2x. So minus 2x and plus 2x are going to cancel each other out. So finally we are going to get 4x squared minus y squared. Let's take the third example. We have a minus b, a minus 5 in one bracket, then a minus 7 in another bracket. So as usual, we distribute what is in the first bracket over what is in the second bracket. So we are going to have a, which is the first term here, times everything in the second bracket, then minus 5, which is the second term here, times everything in the second bracket. So we are opening the brackets. So we are going to get a times a in the first bracket. Then since this bracket is closed, you bring your addition sign, so plus a times minus 7, then you bring your addition sign again. Then you come to this side here. What is outside the bracket is minus 5, so minus 5 times a in the bracket here, then plus what is outside here is minus 7, so minus 7 times minus 7 in another bracket. Then let's continue. We know that a times a will give us a squared. A times minus 7 will give us minus 7a. Minus 5 times a is going to give us minus 5a. And minus 5 times minus 7 is going to give us 35. So from here, we proceed by simplifying further. You can see that the only like terms here are minus 7a and minus 5a. And we know that minus 7a minus 5a is going to give us minus 12a. So we are going to have a squared minus 12a plus 35. If you watch the video on additions and subtractions of algebraic expressions, you understand why minus 7a and minus 5a is giving us minus 12a. Let's take the next example. We have x minus 2y in one bracket, then 3x plus 4y in another bracket. So as usual, we distribute what is in the first bracket over what is in the second bracket. So we take the first term, which is x, is going to multiply everything in the second bracket. Then you take the second term, which is minus 2y, and is going to multiply everything in the second bracket. So we begin the multiplication. We have x times 3y in one bracket, then plus x times 4y in another bracket. Then you bring our addition sign. We come to this side here. We have minus 2y times 3x in another bracket, then plus again, what is outside the bracket here is minus 2y. The last term here is 4y, so minus 2y times 4y. From multiplications of algebraic expressions, we have come to see that x times 3x is going to give us 3x squared, Then when we come here, we have x times 4y giving us 4xy minus y times minus 2y times 3x is going to give us minus 6xy. Then minus 2y times 4y is going to give us minus 8y squared. So the only like terms we have here are 4xy and minus 6xy. From additions and subtractions of algebraic expressions, we've come to see that minus 4xy and minus 6xy is going to give us minus 2xy. So finally, we are going to have 3x squared minus 2xy minus 8y squared. Now, let's take the last example. X minus 2 all squared. Now, if you watch the video on indices, you came to see that if you have a squared is the same as a times a. So if you are having minus s minus 2 all squared, s minus 2 all squared is the same as s minus 2 in one bracket, then s minus 2 in another bracket. So just as a squared is going to give us a times a, s minus 2 all squared is going to give us s minus 2 in one bracket, then s minus 2 in another bracket. So we can see from here that we have two binomials. So we do the multiplication as we have been doing all along. We distribute everything in the first bracket over everything in the second bracket. So x times what is in the second bracket, which is s minus 2. Then the next term here is minus 2. So minus 2 times everything in the second bracket, which is s minus 2. So you know that in this case you are going to have s times x in one bracket, then plus, you open another bracket, x times minus 2 in another bracket, then plus, you open another bracket. What is outside this bracket here is minus 2. So minus 2 times x in one bracket, then plus, you open another bracket. Lastly, minus 2 times minus 2. We know that s times x is giving us s squared. Now, x times minus 2 will give us minus 2. Minus 2 times s times minus 2 is giving us minus 2x. Minus 2 times x is giving us minus 2x. Minus 2 times minus 2 is giving us positive 4. The like terms we have here are minus 2x and minus 2x. We know that minus 2x and minus 2x is giving us minus 4x. So finally, our expression is going to be s squared minus 4x plus 4. Study the pattern in this video and solve more examples on multiplying two binomials. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you in the next video where we will learn how to factorize algebraic expressions. Bye bye.